Mark Hale with the New York Post here, coming to you from Post headquarters in Midtown Manhattan. We're going to bring in Steve Serby for this week's video here to talk a little Jets-Giants preseason action with the game tomorrow night at MetLife Stadium. And Steve, let's start with, in this game, for both teams, what's maybe the one unit or the one player on each team that you're most interested in seeing?
Well, of course, Plaxico Burress. I'd like to see how, first of all, what kind of physical condition he's in. He looked great the other night. Caught that touchdown pass against the Bengals. Then, of course, he had a little back problem, and these are the kind of issues that at age 34, he'll be dealing with, I'm afraid, all season. So let's see how he holds up. Let's see how emotional he is playing against his former teammates, and let's see if Aaron Ross and/or Corey Webster can lock him down. Now, Ross is a key figure also, obviously, because of the season-ending injury to Terrell Thomas. So those are two guys. Another guy I'm looking forward to watching, another matchup, is Jason Pierre-Paul, who I call the monster of the Meadowlands, to see how he will do in place of O.C. Umenyiora against D'Brickashaw Ferguson. That'll be quite a matchup.
It will be. And let's talk about some of the individual matchups that we've got here, especially with the quarterback situation. Eli Manning, Mark Sanchez, there's been a lot of talk about the two, especially in the last couple of weeks. Who do you see as the better quarterback right now?
Oh, right now Eli Manning's the better quarterback. He's certainly a top 10, maybe a top 8 quarterback, even with his 25 interceptions a year ago. His command of that offense is just very impressive. Sanchez has won 4 playoff games on the road. That's why Rex Ryan considers him an elite quarterback.
Yep.
But he's not an elite quarterback, and neither is Manning right now. But I think by the end of the year, Sanchez is emerging as more of a leader. The guy's a gym rat. The team respects him greatly. I expect his completion percentage to improve from 55% to 60%. And I think, and it's going to have to for the Jets to win a Super Bowl. And I think by the end of the year, Sanchez may be viewed as equal, if not better, than Manning. So right now, Manning, but check with me at the end of the season.
All right, Steve, let's move on to the wide receivers. You talked about Plaxico before. It's been an eventful offseason for both teams' wide receiver crews. When you got Nix and Manningham on one side, you got Holmes and Plaxico on the other. Which receiving core do you prefer?
Well, right now, I'd have to give the edge to the Jets because Derek Mason is their third guy, and right now the Giants don't really have a third guy. Victor Cruz, who had that big preseason game against the Jets last year, will be the slot guy for now, while Dominic Hickson is continuing his slow recovery from missing all of last season following a reconstructive knee surgery. But the experience that Mason has, Rex Ryan has already said he expects him to catch 90 balls. Now, I don't agree with that, but if you also factor in Dustin Keller as the Jets' Dallas Clark clone,
sure,
you have to give the edge to the Jets receiving core.
Let's talk about the each team's main rival, Serby. Would you rather be going against the Eagles or would you rather be going against the Patriots?
Well, I'd rather never go against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady if I could help it. Plus, the Patriots are going to be they're going to remember the beating the Jets put on them last year in the playoffs. And with Albert Hainsworth clogging up the middle and Ocho Cinco staying off Twitter, the Patriots would scare me if I'm a Jet fan. Belichick has rebuilt that defense, and Belichick is hungry, and Brady's hungry. Brady talks about how sick he was all offseason thinking about that Jet game. I'd be worried if I were a Jet fan. Now, with all the Eagle free agent signings, well, yeah, I'd be worried about the Eagles too. They've had the Giants number. I think they've won 6 in a row now over the Giants. But we've seen in free agency before, just because you sign all these marquee free agents does not mean that you're going to a Super Bowl. So I'd be more worried if I were the Jets.
All right, our last question here for Steve Serby. When the season's over, Serb, which team's got more wins? Which team has a better season, Giants or Jets?
Well, I'm going to have to say the Jets because the Giant, OC's knee/saga, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Thomas is gone. They just signed Brian Williams, former Falcon,
Yep.
To help their cornerbacks. But, the Giants are going up against Tony Romo, Des Bryant, and Miles Austin. That's a nuclear tip passing attack right there. And then you've got Michael Vick. The Giants, they need a monster year at a JPP and Tuck. They need their pass rush to cover up their sudden inadequacies in the secondary. So I'm going to pick Jets 11 wins, Giants 9 wins.
All right, Serby likes the Jets this season, and obviously plenty to watch for this weekend when the teams go head-to-head at MetLife Stadium. Plaxico Burress going against his former team. For much more on the Giants and Jets all season long, you can check out Steve on Twitter. He's at NYPost_Serby. For the New York Post, I'm Mark Hale.